No justice. Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. I made a video yesterday saying that when I was a kid, there was a respect for law and order, and there was a respect for the police. And one of the worst things you could do in your family is bring trouble to the door, shame on the neighbourhood, shame on the house, by getting the police to the door. This is because people respected the police and people respected their property and other people's property by and large. What happened with the the murder of Henry Nowak is that entire process has broken down. The first thing I want to do is I want to read the oath of a police officer. Here it is. I solemnly, sincerely declare and affirm I will well and truly serve the King in the office of constable with fairness, integrity, diligence and impartiality, upholding fundamental human rights, according equal respect to all people, and I will, to the best of my power, cause peace to be kept, preserved, and prevent all offences against people and property, and that while I continue to hold said office, I will, to the best of my knowledge and skill, discharge the duties thereof faithfully according to law. What happened with the Henry Nowak case is not impartial and is not fair. People are going on the interwebs and on TV saying, well, a jury convicted the murderer. Justice has been served. There is no peace and there is no justice. You cannot bring this man back. You cannot bring this boy back. The person that murdered him chased him down and continued to stab him. And there was some mental gymnastics that his defence attorneys were trying to jump through to say it was self-defence. It's not self-defence if you chase someone down and you murder them. That is not self-defence. There's a proportionality to things in the United Kingdom that we currently live by. And there's also religious exemptions, which is why the murderer was able to carry quite a large 21 centimetre kirpan, or kirpan, whatever way you want to pronounce it, down the street. Why? Why is a 21 centimetre blade allowed to be carried in public? This is an offensive weapon. I'm not allowed to carry a kitchen knife down the street, a 21-inch kitchen. I'm not allowed to do that. So why do certain people get the kid gloves? All of this needs to change. And thankfully, Restore Britain have said when they get in, they're going to ban the kirpan, which is great. That's not a policy for Restore Britain. Brilliant. End all religious exemptions. Everybody should be treated exactly the same. Then we get into some of the detail on the case, which we're going to get into now. Alright, let's just have a look here. This is from Basil. Vikram Digwa, the Sikh man who stabbed Henry Nowak to death with a kirpan knife, has been found guilty of murder. Prosecutors said Digwa lied about the fatal attack on Henry Nowak, claiming it was self-defence. That's the first thing. Then we go on to the second thing here. Alright. Hampshire police have apologised for arresting Henry Nowak as he died in the street. Think about that. The last moments of this man's life, he was handcuffed, dying, drowning in his own blood, because a person of colour said he was a racist. And I'm not letting the police off. I'll get to the police in a minute. They did apologise, and that's nowhere near good enough. And they didn't even bring out the chief constable. They brought out his deputy. Let's have a look now. Kieran Kaur, I'm not even going to dignify if that's correct or not, the mother of Vikram Digwa, has been found guilty of assisting an offender in the murder of Henry Nowak. Karan took the kirpan knife from the scene and hid the evidence at her home, which the police found later. Now, what about the local MP? What about the local MP for the area? Has there been anything from the local MP about what happened? No, there's not. Has there been anything from the Home Secretary? No, there's not. Has there been anything from the Prime Minister on this? No, there's not. Why? It's a white person, it's a white man. It doesn't matter, according to them. This is the skewed and the twisted nature of our governments. If you're the majority, if you're white British, you do not matter. This is the same type of mentality that enabled the Muslim grooming gangs for decades that are still going on to this day. This is exactly the same mentality. Now, Rupert Lowe apparently have said or likened the grooming gangs in Britain to the Holocaust. It's worse. It's worse than the Holocaust. It's not as bad as the Holocaust. It is worse. When the Nazis targeted the Jewish community with the Holocaust, that was done because they viewed the Jews as a threat. They mattered. Okay, you've got a bell curve, and love and hate are right at the top, alright? Indifference is right at the bottom. Okay, it's worse to be ignored than it is to be loved or hated, because if you're ignored, you're not even a blip on the radar, alright? So when I say that it's worse, it is worse, and that's why it's worse, because you don't matter. If you're white, in Britain, the government does not care about you. And I've said this and I'll continue to say it because that's the way it works currently. Now, the local MP is of the same faith as the perpetrator, the convicted murderer. Alright? Let's have a look a bit on her, shall we? Satvir Kaur was born 1984, British Labour politician, serving for Southampton Test since 2024. She served as a member of Southampton City Council. She is the first female Sikh leader of the local authority. She's also represented Shirley City Council. So is there a conflict of interest here? Again, people should be acting impartially. Is she not speaking out because she's a Sikh and the murderers were Sikh and she doesn't want to upset her own community? Is she not speaking out because she's of the opinion it's a nothing burger? It's just another cracker. Why bother? Or is she not speaking out because she's been told not to speak out by the Prime Minister because she doesn't want to alienate her vote? I'm going to play the quick video now. The quick video that the police put out. It's really, really disgusting, so I'm going to play it now.
Sorry that Henry's life couldn't be saved that night, and I'm sorry that he was handcuffed and arrested in the moments before he lost consciousness. When his killer made that call to police, and he called the police, not the ambulance service, he lied on that call. He lied when police attended the scene. He continued to lie as Henry's condition deteriorated. It is clear, and it is absolutely tragic, that it took them 3 minutes before they started to administer first aid. Sorry that...
This is the managerial state again. No accountability. No taking responsibility. He is blamed, the murderer, for ringing the police and not an ambulance. He is blaming the murderer for lying on the phone call. Where's the dynamic reasoning of the police officers when they've arrived on the scene? They've took it verbatim what they've been told the incident is, which is a racist attack. They've arrested the guy as he's dying on the floor until they've assessed the situation, and that took them time. There's no dynamic reasoning there, alright? Me personally, there's blood all over the place. The oath of the police officer is to protect life and property. These are the two, alright? Not to arrest somebody because there's an accusation of racism. That's way, 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 way down the list. We need to see the body cam footage. We need to see what's going on there. If this is all the way through the police force where they're so scared of getting sued or being accused of being a racist and not focusing on the priorities of protecting life, preserving the peace and protecting property, then the police force is not fit for purpose. Now, if you like this video and you think this story is not going away, make me aware. There has already been protest down in Southampton over this, and rightly so. This is a disgrace. It's not getting enough media attention, and it's absolutely outrageous that the Prime Minister, the local MP, and the Home Secretary are silent on it. Now, if you think I'm wrong, make me aware. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.